Hey guys, this is Tigress coming back to you with Overwatch 2 Stadium Game Mode. So the Stadium practice thing. Okay, that's nice to know. But yeah, guys, so I have been saying for like weeks, actually probably longer, basically been saying since the last time I did Overwatch 2 that I'm going to play some Stadium, that I'm going to play some, Overwatch again. But for like last season, it was close to the season, like the season ending, so I didn't want to play comp and essentially wreck my comp score. Jesus Christ, I streamed season 1 Telltale for Batman like a month ago. But yeah, guys, it's been about a month, which isn't too bad.
Welcome to the stadium. First up, the teams are going head-to-head in control.
Season 2 also started a month ago. And basically ended a month ago. So guys, in Stadium, you're locked into whatever hero you pick. Like, as soon as the timer ends, I'll be logged. Those are the heroes you currently have access to. Diva, Junker Queen, Orisa, Reinhardt, and Zarya. I believe Sigma is also getting chucked into the mix. Ashe, Cassidy, Genji, Mei, Reaper, and Soldier. Then you've got Anna, Juno, Moira, Mercy, Lucio, and Kiriko.
Now that's what I call a competitor. Looks like the heavy hitters are coming to play.
But yeah, those are the teams. You can't change during it. And every like 3 rounds, so first round, third round, and then it's like the 5th or 6th round. I think it's in the 5th. And like 7th, then you can like essentially pick up a new power up. Yeah, round 1, 3, 5, and 7. We'll go Stealth Focus. We then get the ability to pick up weapons and abilities, and I think we're going for abilities. We'll go for that. And we'll go for that, because that's kind of going to be useful. Especially on how I play Overwatch. But yeah, guys, I do have some of Juno's mythic skin. I don't have all of it yet.
We're just getting started, and it's anyone's match.
Because I'm up to like... I'm in the 60s on the battle pass. So I've got like level 1 and like level 2 stuff.
Only 20 seconds left until we kick this round off.
Yeah, guys, I did like all those within like 3 games of just open queue earlier.
The time for preparations is all.
But yeah, like so far I've not played a single normal game of comp this season. I don't think there's a potential chance I have. I will need to. I've only played Stadium, and that's just because like comp-wise I've enjoyed Stadium so much more. Which I'm slightly questioning, like, because I know now, like thinking about it now, I've willingly been putting off, like subconsciously more specifically, been putting off like streaming Overwatch again, because the end of last season, it was a case of, it was near the end of last season, I didn't want to start messing with comp, and I know for a fact people weren't going to care about potentially playing role queue. Plus games are a lot shorter for role queue, and I'd be doing a lot more. Basically, for a game of comp, I can get through a normal game of comp in about 10-15ish minutes, roughly, on a good day. And by good day, I mean a good round. which means I can get through about 2 games of comp within that half an hour. Usually, sometimes it's about 20 minutes per one. In most cases, I've done 3 games. Some cases, I've done like 3 days. I've done my dailies already by that point. Plus, when it comes to doing dailies, you kind of want to do like whatever's going to be the quickest. And 9 times out of 10, doing more queue is. My one annoyance, and I'm pretty sure it's getting changed with Stadium, is Freya's the new hero, and I love playing her.
Have to go back out there.
Like my playstyle, I love playing Reaper in this game for very similar reasons. I love playing Reaper because of the fact of simply, I can jump into a mosh pit and be fine. I like the ability of being able to go, you can't touch this essentially. But yeah, I love the ability of just being able to jump into essentially a mosh pit and be like, I'm surviving. And with, I just had a name and I forgot it, and with the new DPS, she's a crossbow user, and I've always loved archery, not loved archery, but I've always loved bow and arrows and stuff like that. I was much more fascinated with how things like Hawkeye and the Avengers was taking down the T'Chari and the Ultron bots than say someone like Captain America. I was always more interested in how the Green Arrow and the CW was taking down his opponents than say Supergirl or Flash. So that does just come down to the fact of Batman's probably one of my favorite heroes, and it's just because of the case of he's a dude without powers. You've had members of Justice League who go, if anyone's seen a clip where it's essentially, I believe the clip's from Brave and Bold where Captain Adam just goes up to Batman being like, boom, you're dead, boom, you're dead. He does that 3 times, and then Batman's just like, boom, you're down. But yeah, I've always appreciated essentially heroes with no powers. And I've always loved a crossbow. I don't know why. I have.
Only 20 seconds left until we kick this round off.
I don't love crossbows as much as I used to, because I used to be a big fan of them. So when a new hero got added into this game, which uses a crossbow and plays a case of you can't it might just be the way I'm playing it. It might not be the best way to play it, but you can definitely deal with a group of people pretty quickly. I also do appreciate heroes. It doesn't necessarily mean you need to be aiming to get kills, because I will always admit, me and aim games I typically don't play snipers. Call of Duty, World War II, when me and Lord Reading are playing, on my typical loadout are things like a shotgun and then the M1 Grand. It's my same loadout for the zombies for that. Most cases, First Rider is one of my favorite rifles. I love rifles and guns that are typically you have spare ammo, so if you miss a few shots, it's not the worst thing in the world compared to a sniper where You might have a few shots to spare, but like it's going to be better if you do aim, and like you should be being able to aim. Like Reaper is second in my top like most played like character in this game. The only one above him is Sigma, and that's because he can ricochet shots. Even then, Reaper's still my favorite for this game. Mercy is like my then third for like healing. Things like Kiriko and Diva are like characters I play on a weekly basis. And Juno's getting up to like that point. But that's just like the simple reason. I play a lot more tank and support than I do DPS because of role queue. Personally, I find it rare when I get chucked into damage for role queue. It's why I will change if we need to change on like an open case for com. But I do find it annoying when I have to. But yeah, guys, like getting back to the case of like not knowing it, I would technically be being like, yeah, I could do pod tonight, or I could just upload new adventures early, and even then, it wouldn't be early. There's a reason Overwatch is out tonight, because it's like technically speaking, I could have just done the second and third. Damn it. It's not even going to give me overcharge because I've already got one up. Because I technically could have done another part for Spider-Man, but it's like, hold on. Even then, it would have made sense, because more than likely Monday and Thursday is more likely going to be when like the streams come out for new adventures. Yeah, because when I did start essentially streaming, just as I'm so used to ultimate saving, so that essentially popping at the end when you've lost isn't worth it in the world, or when you've just won. But it's like, hold on, no, all charges do.
Up next, the teams are facing
Ooh, next ability.
clash.
Also, guys, yeah, we're more likely not winning this.
Teams are gearing up. Every choice is crucial.
Yeah, so essentially next power up, and I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna keep that. I wasn't going to, but I am going to.
We've already seen so much action, and there's still more to come.
I'm going with that. Ah, it's alright. Guys, what you will have is every so often you'll have some. I hate saying it's usually a DPS, but it usually is. See, your games like Overwatch have essentially stereotypes. You have DPS players who are whinging about everything because everything's not going their way. It's not always DPS. 9 times out of 10 it is, but you will often get the odd tank or support. You'll have tanks who are essentially like rushing in when they really shouldn't be. And you'll have supports who are getting hammered, who can't do nothing, but then are going to be like, yo, why was I not getting backed up? Or you'll have supports who are essentially getting blamed for everything. And in reality, they wouldn't be if a couple of their team members were actually backing them up. But we are down in team members, so expecting anything good. Although I will say this is not some of my better Overwatch playing.
I will pretend that did not happen.
Well, guys, what I probably will do is do, say, 2 games in Stadium, and then just chuck like a quick, like, simple walkthrough game at the end, just to sort of go, and breathe. Because why I love playing Stadium, it's like, just because I don't want to like, do just a couple games and then stream, especially considering the fact of, it's not going to be a long stream. I might just chuck, like, say, a normal game of comp in. But I probably will do 2 games in Stadium, then just a normal game or something.
Let's run this play back.
Also, you can't upvote. Correction, you can't endorse. I don't know why it's doing upvotes. It's like, hold on, that's a rival thing. I've not played rivals in a while. Like, I was going to say, before, like, last season of Overwatch, I was going to stream some rival matches. Then last season of Overwatch happened and it became really good. Guys, oh, loot box. I don't think it's going to be a legendary. I think I'm going to have to wait like 3 more boxes. But yeah, guys, we're up to like 66 on the battle pass, so close. There is a very decent potential chance that I might be able to get the thing during this. Freya. I think I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, let me know. Yes, guys, she's got like one other good skin other than that. And I think personally it just looks a bit nicer, but like I got that and I saw that first and it's like, yeah, I've got to. But that's just because like red and black is my thing. Like if that didn't exist, I'd be using that. But then again, like you got all these look pretty decent. That is just quite simply just red and black and it works on so many levels. But yeah. Although she's probably gonna be my next gold weapon. Like I do think Galactic does look nice for it, and I'm trying to get into like Jade. I'm trying to get into the mindset where I don't necessarily need to have it in gold, I just want it in something. And it would be nice to have an excited Galactic weapon.
Enter the stadium.
Yay, support again.
Get ready for control.
I might play Kiriko, I don't know. I'm going to see what we get first. Okay, so Kiriko and Juno will both be useful. Guys, the reason I'm not sent because I know Misty would probably be useful. But if I play this and then one more game, then I get my like breaching out achievement done for this week, which means all that would be done. Yeah, go for it. I'll play Juno again. To me, that just looks cute. Which is weird. I'm not normally a, that type. Like, I will 100% admit I'm not the friend that you go to when you need essentially a shoulder to cry on. I'm the friend you come to when you essentially like just need to get some anger out by like sparring or something. Like I'd rather essentially get some like boxing gloves and let someone essentially punch out their frustrations. I think that's the only one I'm going to do. Actually, I'll do that one too. But yeah, guys, I'm much more the type of person in the case of being like, okay, you got some boxing gloves, yeah? Let's spar. I'll let you, like, I'd rather let someone physically essentially hit me to get the frustration to do than essentially let them essentially crack my shoulder.
The first round can't get here quick enough.
Cannot heal you yet.
But yeah, like overall, I like looking at it, it's like, hold on, it's only been a month.
The teams
I think it might have been longer, but it's like, hold on, no.
for the round.
I did a few streams in mid-season, the last season of Overwatch.
Hello there.
Did that a few, and then it was like the third week, and it was like,
Over here.
okay, now it's getting to like near the end of it.
Now until the teams lock in for the round.
And by third week, I mean that I think there's like 3 weeks left. So then I did the Batman. Then I did the Telltale series season 1, season 2 of Batman. Then I started doing Spider-Man and like New Adventures at the minute. It's like, yay, I can't wait. Because guys, quite simply, I don't know why. Some games I go essentially through this phase where it's like the only game I want to play.
The objective is now active.
Oh, so yeah, it does work. Technically got 16% from that because it went up by 1%. Like I got 16% die, got 15%, then it went up by 1.
We'll achieve it next time.
It all went up by 17% for dying, which guys, the reason I do willingly have it and probably will keep that perk as an active thing for the rest of the rounds, probably depending on if there's a better one. To me, being able to like, I love being able to go in reckless. I get it, it annoys the living hell out of support players, and I do play support a good bit, and I know it's annoying when you got like 1 or 2 players who are like, I'm the only person who matters. But like, I full on go into the mindset of, if I'm charging into enemy lines and pushing past where I should be pushing past, it's a one-way trip. Someone comes to me, they would essentially be idiots for trying to help. Like, I'm thankful for the help, but they really shouldn't have. But yeah, guys, this Overwatch stream probably will be a tiny bit shorter than normal streams. Wow, only cost Soldier his life. That freaking out. I have got my ult by being on literally less kills,
I will not let woe corrupt me.
but I'm usually on like 5 or 6 deaths at that point, and it's usually near the end of the game. It's kind of still mid-round of this round because, yes, we might be in the lead, but we've then got to keep that lead. That's a nice little essentially pick me up. With the fact that if I die a couple times, essentially dying 4 times gives me like 60% of my ult. Chucking 6 and I'm up to like 90.
Who's ready to start the push?
And even then it took like 3 deaths, which was like 45%, which means I earned another 50 just from 3 kills and 1 assist. 10% attack speed, 5% movement speed, could be useful. .5 health, 5% ability power. I'm really liking with what that is. I want to keep those for now, and I could, but like next round I can get
Only 20 seconds left until we kick this round off.
Yeah, something like that. I would like to win at least one, so it's a case of on stream I've lost 1-1-1. It would be nice. But guys, I essentially, the last couple of seasons, I've essentially gone from saying Juno needs some love for this game because other than she had 2 legendary skins. One I don't classify because I personally in the mindset of if it is a collaboration and it's not a collaboration where Overwatch have say on the design, because there's like for instance Juno got a Uraka, a new gravity skin from My Hero. Well, it was completely based on her hero suit. There was no basis for Overwatch need to do much and granted they still would have had to do some, but the design was already there. Well, I don't completely count them as essentially Overwatch giving to love the characters because it was just Overwatch going, oh here. Compared to like the K-pop group, I can't think of what they're called. They're SFM even. They did 2 collaborations with Overwatch on my skin. I do give Overwatch some credit considering they would have had some help with the designs. But when it's something like My Hero, One Punch Man, like skins where it's like you can clearly see the fact that where it's essentially a 1-to-1 ratio of a character from where it's come from. I don't give them so much credit for essentially being like, yay, thanks for giving love to this character. And because of that, Juno only, and it was only from a couple of seasons ago, up to that point, she'd only got 1 like legendary. And she's gone from having essentially no legendaries to having it mythical, having a couple more legendaries, to actually having some good skins. Because this was back when... I can't think of his name.
Let us proceed.
Jumps into Val. I'll check who it is after this game, but from one character who got introduced last in season 14, she went from essentially having less legendaries in the game. Even then, I was like, hold on, wait, there's another character who's been in the game way before both of them, who didn't either. And it's like, I get it. The 2 out of the 3 characters that I've mentioned were basically, Juno's seen a bit more play recently. I've seen a few more Juno players, but like I've still not seen that many people play Juno. Like I see more people picking things like Jericho, Mercy, Brig, and Anna, and Moira and Zen than I do people playing things like Baptiste. But Baptiste has been in the game since Overwatch 1.
And they take the round. The score is 2-0. I can hardly believe my optics when I see stats like these. Next up, it's time for Clash.
Yeah, guys, I probably will just chuck in a comp game after this too. I'm gonna go for that again. I'm gonna go for that. But yeah, guys, like there was like 2 characters, like Juno, and then there was someone else who hadn't essentially got any like love from the developers, but now recently have. And I will literally show them potentially after this round as long as we win. Yeah, I used to think it was the best of 4, but I think it might be just a case of
So much action.
it might be essentially first person to 4 unless you have a win streak of 3. Oh, you can also see enemy builds and team builds.
Only 20 seconds left until we kick this round off.
I'm also seeing a bit like I will after this round like spend say 5-10 minutes just going over and then jump into a quick game of comp.
The armory is closing shortly.
Go over which characters personally I see a decent bit from the bit of comp I do play per season and from raw queue
3,
in
2,
unranked.
1. Commencing attack on objective B.
You've got A, B, and C. Compared to normal, you've got A, B, C, D, and E.
Objective goes live in 10. The objective is now active.
I was only on like 17% of ult charge. See, like I look sometimes and it's like, hold on, was I really only on like 20-something% of ult? And it's like, well, I'm up to 40%.
They lost that point. The team needs to fall back to objective A. 10 seconds until the objective's unlocked. Reinhardt charging through the competition.
If we get this, it'll be a case of whoever gets point B next.
And Cassidy wins this shootout.
Annoyingly, I've got my ult. But I think someone can. Someone should. Mori should be able to fade onto point.
Looks like this round is a loss. But they'll be sure
Game, I am on point.
score 2.
But what the hell?
You can really tell who the playmakers are.
Like, I'm not saying we would have come back and won that, but like, I was on point. Which, guys,
Time to face
it's not the first time I've experienced essentially Overwatch going, were you though?
time for the teams to gear up.
But like, I've more than once had Overwatch basically go, sorry, none of your team was on point. Yes, we were. No, we didn't see none of them. But there was like 3 people, like, if there's only one of you on point, sometimes, I think I've only ever experienced it, 1 or 2 people on point, then it's like, yeah, no, there's no one near it, so the enemy team wins. And it has cost me comp games before now. Oh, it's just invisible.
Another round down, and it's safe to say the teams are in the zone.
No, they're not. One team has the advantage, the other got lucky. Oh, it's this map.
Only 20 seconds
I'm starting to think,
until we kick
how
this
map is
round
this?
off. The armory is closing shortly. Three, two, one. Capture the objective.
Okay, never mind, did not... What map is this? Guys, I thought it was essentially another map from looking at it. There's a new map specifically for this game mode.
The objective unlocked in 10 seconds. That's a bounty
Like I will say now, I've gotten pressure where I did pick a decent, like, not necessarily time constraint, but like, I've had some sort of bug the last couple of weeks, and it's not giving me an upset stomach, but it's definitely made my stomach just a case of, am I, like, do I still want to be sitting down, or do I want to actually consider heading to the bathroom? I don't think it's a dodgy stomach, but I'm definitely questioning it. I'm hoping after this we win. Like, guys, for the most part, I've always believed this game, like, has been slightly longer, but from the look to it, I've just been in, like, games that I've seen longer.
Fire at will. Do I have to go back out there? We're outnumbered.
Tactical visor activated. Right up.
Yeah, guys, this probably will be the last, like, as soon as this rounds are over, this probably will be the end of the stream.
Looks like the win was out of reach this round. The score is 2-2.
Which it shouldn't be. It should be a 3-1. We should have won.
Coming up, put those hands together. It's time for push. It's time for the teams to consult their playbooks.
Power? Oh, it's round 5. Let's say, why the hell are we getting another power? I don't have a hyper heal. And you know what? I'm going for that. Like, 100%, like, going for, like, certain, like, whether it's better to go for an ability, a power, like a weapon thing, or a survival. It does come down to what character you're playing and how you want to play that character. But it's definitely got to the part of, like, this, like, it's got to the part of the round where it's like, I'm not starting to, like, I'm starting not like, ill, but I'm starting to feel a bit of a case of, should I still be streaming? Which, guys, you would think it would be a case of me not being 100%. I take it easy on streams. No, it just means I'm gonna 100% overdo it as usual. Because, guys, one thing I don't think I've mentioned before now is I tend to just really, to me, I don't consider it annoying, but to my mother, it's a case of I'll push myself to my limits and then try and go beyond those limits. So when my body physically tells me, no, we're not gonna let you, I then get annoyed at my own body for essentially setting boundaries.
The armory is about to close.
Like, on one hand, I'm happy that it's gone to a longer round, because then it's been a slightly longer stream. But on the other hand, I would happy enough be fine. It's like a 35-minute stream.
The objective unlocks in 10 seconds.
Although, guys, I can't 100% say what tomorrow's stream is going to be. Because, I say tomorrow, for the most part at the minute, it won't always be like this. But why I'm essentially in Spider-Man, like, streams, I'm trying to get through them at a good pace, but not so a point where it's taking me. For instance, it took me about a week and a half.
A hero of heart would not run away.
No, we'll say about 2 weeks. to say get through Spider-Man PS, like the base game of Spider-Man PS4, which I didn't mind. But like, if I had done essentially two additional streams per week, that I'd still be streaming the thing, and I'd only be about halfway through it.
Step right up.
Time to put a stop to their efforts. Surrender to my will.
But yeah, like tomorrow, like if I stream tomorrow night, I don't know while I'm streaming. Part of me's tempted to do part 1 of.
Tactical visor activated.
I can't remember what the next like DLC is. Essentially, part 1 of the next part DLC, or technically speaking, part 3 of the City Never Sleeps. And I'm kind of tempted to, but like, change it to the City Never Sleeps. Because it is like all 3 are do come under that, so which would technically mean part 3.
Let's go!
30 seconds left.
See, part of me does just feel fun, because it's like, hold on, I was on point.
Step right up.
Like, okay, then, there's no one point, fair enough to end the match. But, the game did give him overtime. We didn't get given overtime. Because if the game had given over, I don't think we did anyway. Like, I was thinking, did we?
But they'll be sure to bring it back. Here's our score. 2. You can really tell who the playmakers are.
Yeah, because now they're getting they were given a chance to come back and they're coming back.
Next up, get ready.
Oh, so if you do win like the first 3 rounds, then it does end it. But if not, it's the first to 4 points. First to 4 points win. Presuming then if you win with the first 3 rounds, you get like an additional point then.
Teams to work out their strategies.
That's if we get to it. Yeah, guys, like technically speaking, my team should have won. We're not going to now. Because annoyingly, people would rather face a loss in their record and a significant penalty than face a minor loss. Some games I get, like for instance, you do Mastodon. If you know you're not going to win because your opponent just stopped you from doing whatever you were doing, your combo, yeah, it makes sense to essentially go, yep, I surrender. GG, you won fair square. Even if sometimes they use what I consider bullshit methods.
The armory's closing. The teams need to lock in their choices.
Well, on things like this, where you get penalised for leaving, you're gonna get a lot worse if you do. Like, I did hear something about Overwatch, like, potentially banning people for leaving. And they weren't gonna do it for, like, just one or two offences, or if it happened essentially a couple times per season, and not, like, every season. But if it was if people started doing it 4 or 5 times, or at least once each month, that actually more look, if people consistently did it, then they would. No, I was on. Actually, in that case, I'll try to make sure reset. Yeah, I'll try to shit it then. Or we all use ours.
I will not let woe corrupt me.
I feel the burn.
An unbelievable play by
Like, I love playing Junior, but like, I'm not like a 100% safe. Like, Lord Reading is 100% better at Juno than I am. Also, guys, like, if you ever have heard me mention Lord Reading and Blue Ninja, people who, whenever I essentially streamed on Twitch before now, I've essentially always been the people I've been speaking to. Also, bot Scott, so it'd be more Lord Reading and bot Scott these days, but how do we go from winning to... Since when did she get given a role like an Ice Cube? Oh, someone did join. I think it was too late.
My power emanates.
Maybe not. Soldier just come back and got a triple kill.
With the power of my heart, I will try again.
Okay, guys, I think I've already ordered your quick game after this. Not 100% sure, or even if it's not compromised, just be a quick roll queue game.
I must not lose hope.
Because of a case of, like, when you have the boost to increase, like, how much the ult heals you, plus the ult healing you, you can survive Death Blossom, which is really cool. Annoying as a Reaper main, but really cool. The Death Blossom is one of the few ults in this game where if the Reaper sneaks up on you, you're dead. Same if like, a D.Va gets a nuke off. Look, if you don't get away from it, you're dead. Like say for instance, take Maze. Like take Maze ult. You have the not best odds at surviving that, but there are odds that you could survive it if it comes in contact with you. If D.Va's nuke or Reaper's death wasn't come in contact with you, you're not surviving that. Like, I know what I've just survived, but that's because I didn't come in contact with it. It was like there, and I was like, nope, nope, get back, boom, boom, survive.
Score 3-3. Some intense competition this round.
Not bad for total earnings. The enemy team have been a bit more left.
Get ready for
So if I do want another like ability, I'm gonna have to get like Sal one. Someone on the enemy team?
gearing up. Every choice is crucial.
Look at that. Probably should have done with that a while ago. I already do still have one, and that's just a case of when you die, gain 50% of ult charge. Yeah, I just find that really useful. Whoever wins this wins. But yeah, guys, I was like thinking, there's no way that I'm gonna like 2 stadiums. That's what I'm thinking. There's no way stadium's gonna be long enough after the first round. No, it turns out all I needed for the stream to go longer was to start sucking. Because like the first stadium round ended within about I could stream for half an hour, and like 5 minutes of that was essentially going, this is this, this is this.
Only 20 seconds remain before the action begins.
But I probably will just chuck it in quick, just to sort of go out of the comp mode.
The armory's closing. The teams need to lock in their choices. Almost time for the final round. If I had nails, I'd be biting them. 3.
Although I will say this is definitely one of the cooler things. Both teams are on 3. Whoever wins overall. Not happy the fact the enemy team came back and got a comeback, because it's meant we've had to then try and get 2 more comeback, another comeback. Aww. But like streaming wise, it meant streaming's been longer, so part of me's happy, part of me's kind of like, yeah. The content creation side of me is happy. Yeah, I know in stadium mode we can get a step up and really quick and shred through people. Why is one of the most played? I think he's one of the most played characters in stadium. I also think Reinhardt and Diva are another couple, along with like Zarya. Yeah. See, when, like, I don't know why, but when I for instance, when a punch somebody, like, when a final blow is essentially backhand or like just a melee attack, I always find it slightly funny. They were that weak that that's why I could kill them. How many times it happened to me? A few, annoyingly. There have been a few. Also, guys, if you're on Render, please like and subscribe. And if you do want to see more Overwatch content, then you know what to do. Well, I will say, I'm happy to essentially be proven wrong. Because it's like, I'm going to do the Overwatch stream, not going to enjoy it. It's going to be forced, and I'm probably not going to do it best as I could. But I have enjoyed it, and I did do probably not as best as I could, but I still did pretty well.
Let's run this play back.
That was my final kill. So Soldier got 1 kill from that, but for some reason it was counting my melee attack on Reaper. Oh, ranked up to Rookie 3. I will take that. Quickly check the battle pass. Ooh. So guys, I was kind of hoping I would be able to do this on stream, but you have like 3 tiers. 4 tiers. Like, granted, you used to get a lot more, and I will quickly show that. The level 4 is essentially going... adding essentially just a bit of sparkles. It's literally just a case of adding a ribbon onto the back. I was wondering what it was, because like from here you can't completely see. Although I do like the dark colours. It's really suit her. Although I do like the gold and black. But yeah guys, the other person who I couldn't remember was Venture. But the other tank that I couldn't remember was Hazard. Hazard got like released in season 14 and got... I know this because it was from like the battle pass. Lobster. But then Venture, I'm pretty sure... Yeah, I think last season got Toxic in the battle pass, and... If you filter an unowned, Kopi is the only other next skin she has, and that's crossover. Weirdly, I can't think of what crossover. I think it was Avatar: The Last Airbender. Not 100% sure. And like we go to a Juno. She had Ember, which I had forgot about. Which from looks of it is just part of an event, so then you had Stadium All Stars, which I had forgot about. Which was unlocked via a challenge, which doesn't look that great and really should not be a legendary. Then you had Celestial, which was literally the only other than your gravity. Then I think Hazard's got like a no. Hazard's also only got one, but he got one recently. So it's like, why is Hazard getting like a load of love when two other characters, one mean tank, one mean support, haven't? But yeah, to end stream, we're quickly gonna do 636 open queue. You know what? If I say no, we won't. Doing that, it gives you a few second warning. I'll do roll Q and go damage because I want to play Freya. The reason I'm not just going into open queue because it's like we'll 100% get like 3 DPS and I'll be like, oh, great, I need to change and I don't want to change. At least this way it's going to be more balanced teams. It does just mean waiting a bit longer. But yeah, guys, if I stream tomorrow night, I don't know what it will be. Part of me is just tempted to go do part 3 of The City Never Sleeps because I am going to change it. It probably will just be in brackets what the actual like heist name of the thing is. But yeah, the playlist now has just been changed to. Should have. Part of me was hoping this would be quicker. I would say, why is not giving me control? It's like, oh, because it's whilst you're waiting. We'll head into the practice. Ah, okay, so it's just Ah, okay, I get it. Basically, guys, what it basically does, and I kind of would recommend this to everyone who wants to play Stadium and have, like, certain characters for it. Go in Stadium and see what builds fit you while you have the option of customization. Well, that's my plan, folks. We'll go Widow. Who I am kind of happy is sort of getting more, like, normal faces.
I aim to devastate.
Basically, guys, when I say normal, I don't mean, like, I'm not like, saying there's anything against her. Yes, her weapon is gold. Guys, basically, speaking of Overwatch 2, I got a bunch of bunch of the currency to get gold weapons. And I got a load. It was like 13 of them I got. Basically, back when they did the Talon event, basically all normal Overwatch agents were then put for Talon, or Talon agencies, all members of Talon were then put for Overwatch. And so Widow basically, instead of her shooting out Anna's eye, instead of her shooting out Anna's eye, Anna shot out hers in Talon, in the reverse. My aim is really sucking. But yeah, so in the reverse, essentially, in the anyone knew the Shattered Grid universe in Transformers, where the Decepticons are the good guys and you got Autobots are the bad guys. In that universe, basically, that's what happened in the Talon became Overwatch, Overwatch became Talon. Well, since then, Widow wasn't essentially trained as an elite sniper. And which means she wasn't then her heart rate and all that lot was never stopped. And because her heart rate and all that lot was never stopped, like her skin was never changed to blue. But yeah, so her skin wasn't never changed to blue, and since then, she has just got sort of more. I'm not saying normal looking isn't a bad thing. I don't know, I'm saying normal looking because it's kind of the simplest way to put it. More essentially white faces. I just didn't want to say white faces because they want to essentially bring color into it, but I don't have I don't have no problem with Widow essentially being like a blue-purple color, but I do think in some of her skins where she isn't, some of her cooler skins, and it's not. Because I think there's a bit more quality details put into some of them. Although, the Harley Quinn skin she got, which was an epic, is still one of my favourite skins. I'd still be using it if it wasn't for a couple of skins, and more specifically now, if it wasn't for this skin. Like, a Mythic is also really cool.
No one can hide from my sight.
Hunting them down!
Is that melody?
Scope shot, shine, 50% passive. Ah.
Stop the pain, imbeciles! Merci.
Thanks. I'll say thanks to the support people who have
You should watch.
healed me.
Surrender to my will.
You must
I know for a fact I'm gonna get hate from someone. If it's the Moira, it's gonna be a case of both you and Den. Like, only person on decent kills on our team is the Freya.
Back in action.
Like, I love playing Widow, but I will willingly admit I'm not the best, which is why if I do play Widow, I play non-ranked games
the payload.
because the win just like doesn't really matter. Unless it's for a daily, which is kind of fair. At that point, it is kind of fair.
No one can hide from my
Hunting them
sight.
down!
Everyone should still be able to somewhat potentially see them. I think my ult might have just run out.
I've been waiting for a challenge.
How does Sigma only...
Stop the pain, imbeciles!
Kind of at the minute, I kind of am on a case of 1 assist, 5 eliminations to 6 deaths. It's not the best, but it is kind of somewhat of a 50-50 ratio. It wouldn't be a 50-50 ratio, it'd probably be like a 45 to 55. Okay, yep, they've won. In all fairness, I just finally did this just to add a bit of time to stream. And I did add like an extra 10 minutes. I know I'm not winning over any points. Yeah, I also knew I wasn't getting to play the game. That's deadly. Yeah, not witnessing that twice. She kills Moria, then comes and slaughters me. But guys, I will quickly show what I mean. Right, playing playing 2 games stadium plus 1 quick reverse. Well, that's boosting up a decent bit. Like, I was at like 60, I think it was like 66. I got up a nice few levels. Widow. Like, Spellbinder, she, for the most part, does just look like a normal person, and I think that is a really cool skin. The Talon skin, too, I also think is really cool. I think that's when she just first joined Talon. Scorpion also looks cool, so does Black Lilith. Huntress, not my biggest fan, I do kind of like it, but not the biggest. Nova's also kind of really cool, and apparently she's been getting these skins for a while. I thought it was like new with... Not my biggest fan, but I will admit it's kind of decent. Same with that one. There's a different version of it, which I do prefer. Winter Chick is one of my favourites. Subdel's not too bad. Not one I regret getting, but one that I potentially wouldn't still make the same choice of. That I do like, and I don't remember how I got it. Ghost Bride I do think is cool. Captain Olvanrax. It came out during... It's part of the Battle Pass, and it came out basically when essentially the Mirror Watch. That's what it was, Mirror Watch during all that. And I do really like that skin. Like, I like the gun on it too. I like the gun a bit more than that one. Because for me, my problem with this skin's always been the blast, or not the blaster, always been the gun. I've never liked the gun. But, like, I do like the skin. Plus, the skin's kind of hot. But then you've got this, and it's just like, it's a cool gun, and like a really cool skin. But then you've got things like that, which I do think are really cool. Harley Quinn is still one of my favorites, and it's kind of nice that they went kind of more white with her, because Harley Quinn is like white face, but also did kind of go. I'm gonna say it, they kind of went slutty with us. But it's just a case of Widow is more Widow in Overwatch is definitely being more sexualized. So is Harley Quinn from DC. They kind of seem like a perfect fit. It would have been nice if they had done essentially like I get Widow doesn't. Like Widow only has the one like long strand of hair down the back. It would have been nice if it did split into two, and like it was like red and black. I think it would have been cool, or like red and blue, but yeah, guys. So that is end of the stream, and I don't know why I went French. But yeah, I probably will play Overwatch again at some point. I don't know if it will be like because the season ends. Okay, so season ends. I probably will do another stream in Overwatch in a couple of weeks, but see, it does depend because this just happened to be a case of where I was in the mood to stream. Like at the minute, I'm in the mood to stream both days, which is why there's additional Spider-Man content. But there will come a point where it's like, am I really in the mood to stream or am I not? So, but when the Spider-Man content does go down, what probably will happen is there'll still be the 2 new adventure streams per week. And then what might end up happening is there might be a COD stream or like Overwatch or Rivals, so there might be one of those 3. Potentially even GTA chucked into the mix. But yeah, guys, this is Tiger signing off. Hope you enjoyed the stream and see you next time. Bye.